At daybreak, a Gallic horde large enough to flatten cities marched north to Epirus. Scouts returned with information of a Greek army in the thousands ahead, ready to die in defense of their homeland. Here, today, on this green plain, there would be a bloody battle. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Total War video. I hope you like the intro. It took me a while to do, so please tell me what you think about it. We have another two fresh armies today ready for battle. In the yellow we have Epirus, who is being generaled by Tibaut.tas, and in the red we have BOII, who is being led by Thunder AH. I'll go through the army breakdowns as quick as I can. We'll start with Epirus. They have 4 units of levy pikemen for their front infantry line. They then have 4 archers behind the line as their main missile unit. On each of the flanks they have 2 mercenary Samnite warriors, so 1 on each, the left and the right. They then have 3 Thuros spears, 2 on the left flank and then 1 on the immediate right flank. They then have 3 citizen cavalry, 1 on the left flank and 2 on the far right flank. They then have 1 mercenary Etruscan hoplite, looking very dashing in their armour there, in reserve behind the missile units. And finally he has 2 units of royal peltast, 1 being on the right flank with the Thuros spear and 1 with his general being at the back behind the archers. Okay. For BOII, we have 4 levy freemen for his front infantry line, which is then followed by 4 Celtic slingers behind as his missile units. He then has 6 sword followers as well, with a 2nd infantry line. On his left flank, he has 2 heavy horse. And on his right flank he also has another unit of heavy horse and a noble horse. In reserve he has 1 unit of Celtic warriors who are very handsome and naked. And then finally he has 1 unit of Oathsworn with his general, which everyone knows Oathsworn are a pain to play against. So there we go, army breakdowns. I will give it to myself in the future. And we are on the battlefield, ready for the first movement from BOII, the cavalry movement. We're going in. We're going to see what's happening here. So I'll leave this unit. And we have a whole general advance here from BOII. Getting a bit closer, getting a bit frisky. Going to close the distance here. Get those slingers into range, start harassing that front line of levy pikemen. Again, like I said, very lightly armoured. They're going to take a lot of beating if those Celtic slingers can get in range. The archers trying to harass those slingers. Again, counter to counter. Very nice. We've just got a bit of rearranging here from BOII. We've got his heavy horse, a noble horse, making a small adjustment just to get past this awkward bit of road here in the way. And we have his Celtic warriors and his Oathsworn just getting to each flank. Noticing that there's a lot of units on each flank for Epirus. We've got the slingers now in range of those levy pikemen, and we probably will get a few getting popped. Pot shot is probably the appropriate term. Yeah, they're slinging away. They're doing what they do best, making the Epirus side move forward. It's a good thing for BOII. From Epirus's point of view, he's advancing the Thuros spears. He has this whole levy pikeman line slowly advancing. He's only going to just enough so he can get his archers in. Or is that a misclick, or is he getting those? Oh, no. He's just getting them just in front of his pikes, just so he can get into shooting range of those slingers. Yeah, he's aiming at the slingers. Not going for this. Not going for the levy freeman. Good idea. Get rid of the slingers, so you've got no threat to your levy pikeman, and he has to come to you. Perfect strategy, and it should work fine for Epirus. BOII on the right flank. Again, not doing much yet, but we do have movement from Oathsworn and some sword followers. Hopefully, he says, to take this side. Mercenary Samurai Warriors, Theora Spears, and some Royal Peltas. So this side isn't going to crumble easy. The right flank of EPIRUS being a lot, not squishier, but I suppose easier to counter in a way. Two Theoros Spears and one Mercenary Samnite Warrior is a lot better than one Royal Peltas than one Mercenary Samnite Warriors. In this battle, though, we have had some losses by, I'll slow it down a tiny bit, by the archers. They've taken quite a few losses. Nearly half of the archers have already gone. You can just see the dead here. Spewed across the battlefield, and we've not even got into the main combat yet. How many of BOII have been lost? 64 here, so again, they're just not routing because they're close enough to the general, and he's got his back to the general. So I think they have gone for knock, this unit being full, this unit being fine. And is it the same for the archers? Almost, yeah. One unit each have been crushed, but the only bad thing now is the levy pikemen are taking a few shots. I mean, not too many, but 6. Like, any losses for pikemen is not really good, because as soon as the line starts thinning out, it's so easy to get through. Me chatting has completely overlooked this whole advance. There's the word I was looking for. We have a beautiful cavalry charge by BOII into, I'm guessing that's the Theoros. No, it's a Royal Peltas. Yeah, nice charge. And another charge into the Theoros Spears. The Mercenary Samnite Warriors probably going to get into the back of these sword followers, stop this unit of Theoros Spears from being enveloped, and we have a counter charge here by EPIRUS, Citizen Cav, and some more Citizen Cav, stopping that Oathsworn from getting in and completely destroying that unit of Royal Peltas, because they are a really nice unit to have, especially later in the game, because you can skirmish and they're good in combat. It's sort of a win-win for Greek factions. These slingers still pelting away, doing what they do best, harassing. We have another cavalry movement here from BOII, just in advance. I don't think they're charging yet. Heavy horse and heavy horse with the sword followers as well. He's not messing around. He's leaving these levy freemen in reserve, and I'm not sure why. We've got a disengage here from the heavy horse, taking quite a big blow. Probably hoping to hammer an anvil now. The Oathsworn and the sword followers in combat. Gonna get those Gonna get those cavalry out of combat, and then jam them back in when the units are pinned. He's just getting as many infantry units as he can to pin all this big blob of EPIRUS infantry line down, and he's going to get those horses go smack right into the back of it. Again, on the left side, we have the BOII making an advance. EPIRUS holding fast. They aren't really panicking yet. We're just choosing the Samnite Warriors to attack the sword followers. Very, I say the words calmly, leaving the Theoros Spears, letting them pick off as many sword followers as they can. We've got a big javelin throw here, taking a few. Oh yeah, we're getting a few hits. That's all you want. We do have a BOII charge here into the Citizen Cav, and the heavy horse. Sorry, that's going to win. That's going to be a clear up quite quickly. Superior local force. Well, probably not against the heavy horse. No. Yeah, the heavy horse is winning. Theoros Spears here in a bit of a clash with some of the heavy horse that got trapped. We do have the BOII looking quite good on this side. Here we go. Finally, the cavalry. The first heavy horse has gone in the back of the Citizen Cav, trying to envelop this unit, and we also have this other noble horse unit coming in the back, completely enveloping EPIRUS on this right flank. It's very good for BOII. And on the left flank, or right flank for EPIRUS, we have the same thing, sword followers coming in the rear of these Citizen Cav, just trying to cause as much havoc as he can with these. They're not amazing infantry units, but they're really good for getting in the rear. Committing some more heavy horse and some more sword followers to take out this mercenary Samnite units. These are pretty tanky. These guys are good. Let me have a look. 36 melee attack, 95 armor, 65 health, and base morale at 55. I've not played much EPIRUS, but they are quite good, and they're going to hold out for a long time. The Theoros Spears just chucking some javelins in. He's finally committing these levy pikemen, probably wanting to get them in the rear of these horse and cause some damage with those. On the right flank, again, the boy retreating his heavy horse, hoping them to get them back in. Gonna charge in again on the citizen cav. Do these have spears? Yeah, they do. They do. So they have a good cavalry charge. Again, with this other noble horse unit, he's just cycling, rotating, doing a good job over here. Oswan getting back in, pinning these units down, letting his cavalry do the work. Archers of the back line of Epirus just retreating, getting to a new line so he can keep shooting, getting those arrows into as many bodies as he can. Heavy horse and heavy horse on this side doing the same thing, just letting the infantry pin down and then just getting them in the rear. Very good. Epirus on this side doing a bit better over here. Mercenary Samnite Warriors and his citizen cav against some sword followers who probably will lose this battle even though they have slightly better positioning. Sword followers here caught in the rear and they are going to get destroyed by the Thuros and Thuros spears. Somehow they're caught on two sides. Oh yeah, I see the line now, the battle line there and the battle line there, sort of like a V. Caught those sword followers, and even though they're winning the combat, I think they'll take quite a few kills. Quite a few losses even. Sword followers here probably about to beat. Yeah, they're gonna get squished. He's just using those levy pikemen, gonna get them in the flank, and that unit's gonna get decimated. That's gonna turn into a bloodbath quite quickly. We do have a counter charge here by the Celtic warriors in the back line of levy pikemen, and that could be dangerous. Here we go, Celtic warrior charge into the rear. Very, very fancy. We're gonna see a few dead Greeks here. Big clash. Very nice. Into the rear of that levy pikeman, and they're not going to be around for much longer. Heavy horse is a relief force coming in from BOII, trying to save some of the units that have been enveloped over here. On this flank, we have the Epirus has just been decimated slightly. Citizen cav taking heavy losses. Heavy horse not taking so much, and Levy Freeman also joining the fray. Oswan versus his Royal Peltas, yeah, and they will be losing that fight. Even though they're good in melee, they aren't good enough to take on Oswan, who are a pain in the arse if you've ever played against any Gallic faction. Theoros Spears also losing in the middle. He's losing on this right flank, sort of recovering on this left. There is no middle line anymore, and BOII should really put these Levy Freeman units in. Take the advantage he has now and start getting those in. I don't know. I think they're just protecting the archers, but they need to get in this battle quickly. Over the left, we have some citizen cav expectedly being trashed by some sword followers. Oh, I thought they were. I thought. Oh yeah, the heavy horses there. I'm sorry. I was right. Sword followers and more heavy horse also taking down these Thuros spears. Dear me, Thuros spears. The Thuros spears that were in the V have now been countercharged by the heavy horse, and it's turned the tide. And they will both rout quite quickly because they have low morale. Mercenary Samnite Warriors holding their own here, and is that the citizen? Yeah, the citizen cav's gone. We do have Samnite Warriors trapped here, and we are going to see a beautiful charge in the rear of these Greeks. We'll watch that from a nice view. Here we go. Greeks in the ass. Oh dear, that is not a good sign for Mercenary Samnite Warriors, and they were winning. They're attacking the rear. We might see these cavalry come back. You never know. More heavy horse coming in the rear. BOII is being an absolute pain in the rear in this game for Epirus, causing a lot of problems. Levy Freeman finally joining the fray. Noble horse and heavy horse both probably going for these slingers over here, stopping the archers even, but missile units, stopping those missile units, getting into the fray. We have a bit of a mosh pit here. We have a we have a sort of line. Mercenary Etruscan hoplites probably standing there a long time with his Samnite Warriors also on the flank of the sword followers, and more sword followers here. I do think the Etruscans and the Samnites will win this fight purely because they're better units, even though their position is alright. It's pretty decent. On that flank is good. Over here we have, just archers routing expectedly, and unfortunately for Epirus, but what can you do about it against heavy horse? We have sword followers retreating for some reason, running away from the Royal Peltas. That's fine, I suppose. But they are just getting cut down. You may as well just stand and fight and let the cavalry come in the rear. I suppose he's letting the slingers shoot them, but I mean, slingers aren't going to do anything to heavily armoured troops anyway, so he's sort of just shooting his own men. I don't know, we'll ignore that. over here, perfect encirclement by BOII. So when you make one mistake, you usually remedy another, and the Royal Peltas just got eradicated, I think. I can't find them anymore, so yeah, I think they did. Oh, there's a few left. If I can see them. I really can't. I'm sorry, I can't find them. I think they're all dead. I just saw them then. There's a few. Royal Peltas here, realising what's going on, trying to save what's left, I suppose. Still getting shot by the slingers as well. Levy pikemen and BOII's chasing those off. We have mercenary Samnite warriors over here, still holding the ground against some sword followers, and they will be winning definitely. Sword followers and sword followers over here from EPIRUS. This does look like a one-sided battle now, with EPIRUS taking the fall. Citizen Cav trying to run away, trying to catch those heavy horse, and heavy horse chasing behind the Citizen Cav, which isn't looking good. We have the Samnite warriors still holding fast. They're not going to go anywhere soon. They are going to get encircled though by 2 units of sword followers, which isn't good. But they will do a lot of damage to BOII's infantry line. We still have these levy pikemen holding fast, stabbing these Celtic warriors in the bum, and that's nice to see. EPIRUS here is wavering, which is not good, and that unit has broken, which is his general. Are we going to see a mass retreat? The levy pikemen routing, the mercenary Samnite warriors are routing. Oh dear. And that looks like it's a victory for BOII. And it's a decisive victory for BOII. We will have a quick look at the we have Thunder AH as the oh my god, BOII! I just said it. Thunder AH as BOII. His Oathsworn getting a lot of kills. Is doing perfect job with his cavalry, encircling people, getting into the fray. Levy Freeman, again, not doing a lot, but I suppose they're protecting the slingers, who got a lot of kills. Celtic warriors being a really good flanking unit. His sword followers being good enough to literally just be a unit to pin down and let his cavalry do the job. Unfortunately for EPIRUS, Royal Peltas didn't do enough. The levy pikemen got shredded by the slingers. The archers did do enough to make BOII advance, but they didn't have the sufficient cavalry to win on that type of formation, like battle of formation. They both had units to pin, then units to encircle, but like obviously BOII's units to encircle are a lot better. Noble horse and heavy horse are going to beat Citizen Cav any day, which they did. The mercenary Samnite warriors doing well, but not getting enough the right scenario for them to work really well in. They want head-on to head-on combat, where BOII didn't really care if they went head-on to head-on combat, because the sword followers are basically just cannon food anyway to let his cavalry get in the rear. And yeah, as soon as the like front wall of pike had gone and his Theora spears had been routed, he was fine to just run his cavalry all over the place, which is quite annoying for EPIRUS. I mean, he did a good job to try and hold the line anyway. So yeah, we'll look at the deployed. Decisive victory for BOII, 2,720 deployed, 568 losses, 2,108 kills, and for EPIRUS we have 2,800 deployed, so fairly even in deployed, 2,131 losses. That, see, it looks really bad, but that's from units routing. So, I mean, like, it did look closer towards the start, and then 539 killed. So, he did a fair chunk, which I'd probably say was his Samnite warriors getting the most of the kills, and his Peltas not routing. But, yeah, there you go. So, if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Cheers, and there should be another video up soon. So, yeah, bye. I just want to say quickly, if you wanted to join the tournament at all, I'll leave a link in the description. We're fun, we're friendly, and we don't bite. And please remember, if you enjoyed the video, to like, subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Thanks, guys.